What's up, guys? This is Vaughn from Simply Hawkward Games, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend Chase.
Hello.
We just went and saw Rogue One, and I feel like it's definitely necessary that we do a review on it. If you guys don't know what Rogue One is, you are obviously... I don't know how you got on YouTube because you're not very smart.
An uncultured swine.
There you go. I feel like we just probably alienated a bunch of people, but it's a Star Wars story. It's the first standalone in, I guess, several. There's supposed to be a bunch of standalones. How did you feel about it? We're gonna do spoiler-free at the beginning, and then we're gonna tell you when we're gonna do spoilers. So we're just gonna talk about how briefly we felt about the movie, and then we're gonna move into spoilers.
Well, overall, I thought it was better than the last one.
You didn't like Episode 7?
I didn't like Episode 7.
What?
I don't know. It was just like... whatevs, man. Whatevs.
I really liked Episode 7, but I really liked Rogue One as well. I definitely, like... I think they both had a lot of personality. Rogue One is like a one-off. It's a story. Like, it's not meant to be made into several like movies, so... I mean...
the characters aren't meant to be a big part of any other of the movies.
Yeah, it was a one-off. So
it's like its own storyline.
Yeah, you don't need it. It's obviously a part of everything else, but it's a small part in a larger play, essentially. But it's amazing. I really liked it. I love the story. The CG, you guys will understand it. The super like CG characters. That's like literally the only thing that I hated about it.
Like all the like explosions and whatnot, those were good. Those looked fine.
Yeah, the action and everything looked amazing.
But some of the characters, you could just tell that they were 100% CG.
And it was annoying.
And it was very... just, yeah. At first, I was sitting there and I was like, what is wrong with this guy? Literally, that was my problem. I was like, what is wrong with this guy? So I leaned over to Vaughn and I was like, what's wrong with this guy? And he said he's 100% CG. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, now that you point out, he looks like a cartoon.
He looks like a big old cartoon. He looks like he's from the Clone Wars series.
Okay, I don't know if I'd say that bad. But,
let's be real.
But it was pretty bad. But the whole time this certain character was showing up. He was showing up. And I was just like, something looks totally off about this guy.
Couldn't quite put your finger on it.
Yeah, I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And then I asked you, and you told me he's 100% CG. And I was like...
yeah, I noticed it like right away.
I did too, but
it really annoyed
I just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I guess was my thing.
It's definitely a good movie once you get past the CG. The story's awesome. I felt like a couple things were forced, but I'm not going to say anything very specific about it until we get into the spoiler part. But I definitely think you should go see it if you haven't yet. It's amazing. It's definitely worth the $7 to $10 you spend.
Like, go right now.
Go right now.
Pause this video.
Don't pause this.
Like it. Subscribe. Pause the video.
And then go watch it. And then come back for the spoilers.
And then comment how you felt about it.
Yeah.
See, I want to know if you saw the same CG stuff that we did.
And it annoyed you. Because it definitely annoyed us.
It was interesting. Because I genuinely didn't know what it was. Like, I couldn't put my finger on it.
Is this guy claymation?
Yeah, it was like, this is not, like...
what's wrong with this guy's face?
Yep, and then you told me, and
he looked like the toy maker from Toy Story 2. The guy who, like, helps him patch together Woody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that...
he looks exactly like
that was a very good description, because, yes...
he looks exactly like
because I was sitting there, this is not real. I mean, I guess none of it's real, except for, like, the people. But I could tell he was definitely not
there's
real.
something off about that mofo.
Yeah.
So I think that's, obviously we've told you that we really enjoyed it. Make sure you guys go see it. It's amazing. But now we're going to move into spoilers. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, make sure you pause this video. Obviously you like it. And you wait, come back, and we're going to get into our spoiler section now.
In 3, 2, 1. I just want to give them enough time to click out of this. They're all scrambling around like, I can't find the X button.
Should have just yelled something immediately. Just been like... something fucked up happened. They would have just been amazing. It was like a countdown to the end of the world. I don't know why I said that so weird.
End of the world. Okay, let's get into this. What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene? Okay, so obviously I said this to you when we left the movie theater. My favorite scene in the end is where Jin.
You were telling me about 2 different scenes.
Okay, there's
really liked.
2 different scenes. My favorite of all was Darth Vader coming up and just fucking shit up. This is the only time you really get to see him fight, other than in like the Force Unleashed games and like the like original A New Hope and stuff like that. But they were not well choreographed fights. Like, however much I love the OG trilogy, it definitely wasn't as amazing now, or it wasn't as amazing as things are now. But it was awesome.
Like how the CG ruined that certain character in that type of way, it very much enhanced the fightings.
Yeah, basically, like, everything that our technology can give us now made it so much better. Because him fighting looked amazing. He force chokes this dude, puts him into the ceiling, and then slices him as he goes past him, and just takes all these blasters away and kills everybody, stabs a guy through a door, which is really gory. I mean, it's not gory, obviously there's no blood, but it's definitely, like, a little hardcore for being, like, a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. My favorite scene was when they get to the town and they meet the blind guy, you know, and the blind guy starts kicking the stormtrooper's ass, and at the end when the
rebels,
the rebels like take them, they
group.
they put sacks over their heads so they don't know where they're going, and this guy's blind, and he blatantly says, he's like, "Really, guys, I'm blind."
So
like,
they can't see where they're going.
Yeah, like it was just really funny. It lightened up the whole theater. You could.
Speaking of that, like. The fact that they're bringing more comedy into each, like, basically the way that Disney's taking these now is not only, like, large spectacle and amazing storytelling, they also have comedy, which makes everything so much better.
And it's not blatant. You don't know when it's gonna come. It's just
really subtle.
It's like one-liners. It's just like...
Darth Vader chokes a guy and then says, like, he's super punny, and he's like, "Make sure you don't choke on your ambitions." And then I swear to God, under his mask, he's just giggling. He's like, "Oh shit, dude, that was fucked up.
Yeah, you guys see that?"
His alternate personality's like, "Sick burn, bro." And they like fist pump.
Oh, but yeah, it's kind of like, the only thing I could really think of, like, comparing the comedy to was Guardians of the Galaxy, but Guardians of the Galaxy is a little bit more in your face about it.
Yeah,
this was just very subtle. Like,
he stabs him in the foot, and he's like, "How's your foot?
How's your foot doing?" Yeah. But it just very subtle things like that, and it made it a lot more, like, interesting, because if it didn't have that, they would just be like a fight scene. But since they had it, it was like
it would just be a lot of spectacle.
Humorous fight scene. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I really liked it. I thought it was amazing. Like, the little bits of humor that they bring into it definitely made a lighter movie.
Oh, I really like it. And they didn't go overboard with it, because you can go overboard with that.
Yeah.
Like,
you can
Seinfeld.
definitely go far. I mean, Seinfeld is entirely meant to be humor, but...
Yeah, but...
Yeah, if they went, like, entirely humor, that would definitely be out of place.
Oh, yeah.
It would just be odd. It would make you feel uncomfortable, because you're like, why the fuck isn't this a Star Wars movie?
Why are all these people making jokes and people are dying? And...
It's honestly kind of what I'm afraid of with the Han Solo standalone that they're making, because supposedly the story of it is possibly that he goes through and is trying to teach Lando how to be cool. No joke.
How to be cool?
How to be cool. From what I understand, it's possible that that's what the story is going to be, and I'm super afraid that it's going to end up sucking because of that. Like, they're going to be way too in your face about their humor, but I also think it might be something like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's subtle but also awesome. Like, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Favorite Marvel film of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Some people are going to have issues with that because they're like, dude, the Avengers are so good. No, Guardians was way better.
Speaking of the Avengers, it is a little like the Avengers, but those were much more punny.
Yeah. I don't know. I really, like, there's a couple in Rogue One where they're kind of punny, like the whole "don't choke on your ambition" thing. I was like, nice.
But that was so cool.
It was really cool. When you force choke somebody, you make a pun afterwards, nobody's gonna, like, fault you for it.
When they throw in the Avengers, when they throw a joke in that, it's very, like... ha 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 ha.
Like a Beavis and Butthead laugh.
Yes. Like, you expect that to come afterwards.
It's not gut-wrenching laughter.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, altogether, really, really loved it. I thought the storytelling was amazing. I thought they really tried to push the relationships between, like, characters way too much. Like, these people barely know each other, but somehow they become, like, friends. I feel like it was kind of a similar situation as, like, Suicide Squad, how they were just friends in the end. There was no reason that they were friends other than they had been together for 10 minutes.
Well, they went through some trials, man.
I really enjoyed that they became together, and I think they pull it off really well. It just annoyed me how they, like, have implied character growth. Like, they're just friends because they're friends. Like, they're just like, yeah, dude, you guys have been together for, like, 5 minutes. You're friends.
Well, obviously.
Really loved it.
Isn't that how real life works?
Obviously. I'm best friends with you, not because I've known you for 10 years, but because we went and saw a movie together. And that's it.
It was a good movie, though.
It was a good movie. I really liked the movie. Altogether, yeah, there was a lot of good stuff in it. There was a couple bad things, but if I had to specifically put a numerical score on it, I would give it, like...
Out of 10?
Very high 8s. Very, like... Early 9s, high 8s, like probably a 9.2, 9.3 kind of thing. Like, I think it was amazing. But I really hate number systems. I really hate it.
Oh, I like number systems. It gives you a little basis on what things are, you know?
Very true.
And the last movie I went and saw in theaters was actually Jurassic World.
I like Jurassic World.
And that was a while ago, so that'll tell you, like, I don't really go to movies.
Yeah,
so...
the only reason you go to movies is because I go to movies.
Yeah, so it's like... Hey, I'll tag along.
But if you guys haven't seen Rogue One yet, it's definitely necessary. It's amazing. Honestly, what this has brought to mind is, like, with these one-off Star Wars films, I'm so excited to see old characters brought into a new light, like Darth Vader, like Han Solo in The Force Awakens. So many amazing things happening. Like, it really makes their characters... amazing. Like, it makes them who they're supposed to be, because in the original Star Wars trilogy, however much I love those movies, they are portrayed as badasses, but they don't really back it up with a whole lot of like, it's
action.
just talk.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you cut an old man that, like, freaking turned off his lightsaber altogether. Like, you're obviously not that cool. But actually watching Darth Vader cut his way through, like, 7 or 8 guys in a narrow hallway, just fucking them up while they have distance on him, was amazing. I definitely loved it. And seeing little nods to the earlier trilogy, like C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah, that was
just being like, what the fuck, guys?
Why does no one tell us anything?
Yeah, I was like, nice. And I think his name is K2SO, by far one of my favorite droids of all time. He was amazing.
He was very funny.
That's honestly, he was much
like
needed comic relief.
He was the humor in most of the
like when
movies.
He's like, do you want to know what the likelihood of her using that on you is? And then he's just, no, and he's like, it's very high. It's very, very high. I really love that. He was definitely the comic relief in it. Yeah, you see now why the Bullet King is such a dickhead?
You're dodging these pretty well, though.
Yeah, trust me, I only have 1 heart left, so I'm gonna die in like 2 seconds. The Bullet King's a douche. The Gatling Gull, he's nice to go against. He's easy, but the Bullet King is a dick. But back to Rogue One. Definitely loved it. It was an amazing movie. I really thought it was, like, gut-wrenching. In the end, the fact that all the characters die, which obviously this is the spoiler section, so you know that beforehand. But the fact that in the end they all die, I think was good. I think it was good because not only does Jyn die in a very, like, nice way, where they're basically just on the beach, amazing view, and then they fucking die. Like, that's it. That's done. I really enjoyed that. Plus, it means that they're not going to make another movie that just fucks this one. Like,
yeah,
they're not
there's
gonna
no
make more
way
characters.
to make this bad.
They're not going to be like, oh yeah, Jyn fucking survived a nuclear blast. She's good. Like, she hid under the sand like a hermit crab. She's back in the Force, like in Star Wars Episode 8. Like, she's good. No, they can't, because Jyn is dead. It was a one-off story, but it really showed you, like, in the original trilogy, how they said people died for these plans. It showed you that they all fucking died. Like, it wasn't just people. It was everyone who tried to get them died. And it was amazing. I really, really liked it. I think in the end, I think we can both say that we enjoyed this more than, like... I can't say it's my favorite Star Wars film, but it's definitely up there. I loved it. I think it's better. It's obviously better than all of the prequels put together. Except for I really didn't hate the prequels as much as everyone else did. But that's also because I was a kid when I watched it.
Anything was cool at that age.
Yeah, you were like, what, dude? Anakin killing people out in space. He's like shooting them with his little... He's shooting them in his ship. I don't know why I did that. That was like the shake weight motion. But he's like all flying around, shooting people. didn't notice like Hayden Christensen's like phoned in performances or anything like that because I was a fucking child. And there were no Ewoks. That was the only thing that was shitty. Like, if any complaint I had when I was younger, it would be that there was no Ewoks in
the lack of Ewoks.
The prequels. Yeah, like where are the fucking Ewoks at?
Maybe they're gonna have their own little.
The weirdest part is that I say that, and the Ewoks are like super primitive. They don't have any starships, so there's no fucking way Ewoks are gonna be anywhere, unless somebody like fucking grabs one as a teddy bear, like Chewbacca or some shit.
Which is a possibility.
Yeah,
so.
Which definitely might happen. I would watch that. I would 100% watch that. If somebody, like, basically another Han Solo character popped up and it was like, yeah, he's got an Ewok instead of a Wookiee, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Ewoks are legit.
They're kind of creepy.
They are. They're super creepy. But, like, if you think about it, they're, like, the epitome of evolution because they're cute, so you want to get close to them and then they fucking stab you. Like, they're dicks.
Yeah.
But they're amazing.
Savage, huh?
Yeah, they'll crush you with gigantic boulders and, like, fucking logs and shit. Because Ewoks are amazing. This is by far one of my favorite races in Star Wars. Just have to go on a tangent about Ewoks.
Races.
If you're talking about Star Wars, you have to talk about Ewoks. 100%. I wish I saw some Ewoks in Rogue One. That's super big complaint for me. Also, seeing Princess Leia at the end in CG looks stupid.
Yeah, it was.
Have to throw that out there. That's one of the CG characters that we really hated. There's only 2, and it was super annoying. Princess Leia being CG, I was just like, come on, guys. You couldn't have just got a young actress that looked like Princess Leia.
Like anything, really. It could have been like...
Literally anything but CG. They may have even used motion capture suits like they do with video games nowadays, which looks amazing, but also with a video game, 90% of it doesn't look like amazing graphics, and then you just have like fucking claymation, dude. That's not what happens. But, yeah, fucking Princess Leia showing up at the end, I was like, oh, come on, bro. C-3PO and R2-D2, not CG, looked awesome. They looked really good. I feel bad that I actually liked, like, more of the droids in this than I enjoyed the characters.
Well,
the characters were awesome. I just really, really liked K2SO.
The droids are just funny.
He was super funny.
Really all there is to it. They're...
Like, Jyn shoots that one, and he's like, did you know that wasn't me? Just shrugs.
Yeah.
You're like, kinda.
Kinda.
I thought it was definitely amazing, and it definitely, like, shows you that in a rebellion, they toe the line between being in a rebellion and being terrorists, which I thought was really awesome. Especially because Soul is a terrorist, so. Is there anything else you had to say about it?
Not really.
No? Awesome. Well, this is the end of our Rogue One review. Obviously, I'm Vaughn. That's Chase. Make sure you guys comment down below. Let us know how you guys feel about Rogue One. Make sure you like this video, and make sure you share it across all sorts of platforms, just so we can kind of get out there, because we kind of are small now, but we want to get bigger. Also, make sure you go to our previous video to enter our giveaway. We're going to be announcing the giveaway in probably in 2 videos. So I'm saying on our Friday video, that's when we're going to be announcing who won our giveaway. Remember, you have to like the video, you have to subscribe to the channel, and you have to comment on which one you want. And it can be Nintendo as well. I kind of forgot about that. So PSN, Microsoft, Nintendo, Steam, whatever you guys want, just comment down below and you'll get like 20 bucks for it, possibly. But those are the conditions. You can't just like it, okay? Specific. But that's it for us today. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching.